Hello everyone, I'm Storm Tracker ET meteorologist Austin Haskins. It's been a rather active weather pattern over the last couple of weeks, really having strung together multiple days of dry weather. We've had one, maybe two if we're lucky, and then we've had some periods of rain and storms, and we've just kind of been repeating the cycle as of late. And a lot of it has to do with the jet stream. So we're looking at about 18,000 feet above the surface here, and down to the south we've been dealing with some excessive heat, really humid conditions as well, dew points into the 70s, temperatures 90s, triple digits. They've been dealing with heat alerts across the southern U.S. and even into the southeastern parts of the U.S. But here, haven't been as hot, but we've been seeing those periods of storms because of the way the jet stream has been kind of flowing basically right over us or right near us, and low pressure systems kind of tend to ride the jet stream, and especially when you get those big troughs and ridges. When you get a ridge, which is what they're seeing down to the south, that's why they've been dealing with the drier and hotter conditions. But here, if the ridge kind of flattens out a little bit or we get in a little bit of a trough, that's where those low pressure systems tend to ride, and that usually leads to some unsettled weather. Now, speaking of that, we did have the potential to see some strong to severe storms during the evening and overnight hours last night into early this morning. Thankfully, though, that never materialized. And the big picture this morning shows a couple areas of low pressure to the northeast and a cold front trailing through. And it was this warm front that was going to be kind of the focal point for that potential for some strong to severe storms. But that cap, that lid in the atmosphere, actually held most of the day and into the evening, and the storms ended up developing a lot further north than forecasted, and it kind of rode along where the best energy and ingredients were, which happened to be mostly east and northeast, and then eventually south and east of the Chippewa Valley. Now, we did have some warnings in place, but mostly for winds about 60 to 65 miles per hour. I believe one of the warnings in Taylor County was up to 70 mile per hour winds, but haven't really seen many damage reports, so that is definitely a good thing. So we, avoided, a potentially, what could have been a dangerous situation because the ingredients were certainly there for widespread damaging wind gusts that could have been over 75 miles per hour, some pretty big hail in spots, and even a couple of tornadoes. So we're thankful we didn't really have to deal with any, damage and any cleanup this morning from those storms that could have developed and passed through. Now today, still going to be warm, still going to be humid, but the dew points start to come down a little bit because of that cold front passing through. We'll have a few clouds around, so we'll deal with that. And then tonight, another cold front's going to come through, and there's just enough energy and moisture available to at least squeeze out a couple of showers and maybe a thunderstorm or two. But we're not expecting heavy rain, not expecting severe weather, and even the rain chances don't look to be all that, widespread or heavy. So that's at least the good news. Tomorrow looks pretty good. Dew points drop back into the 50s. It is going to be comfortable tomorrow. Tomorrow night into Thursday morning, we're going to be dropping down temperature-wise upper 40s, low to mid 50s. So if you're maybe wanting an excuse to kind of give the air conditioner a break, open up the windows, I would recommend doing that because even Thursday looks pretty good. Still remaining comfortable, still remaining, dry. Then Thursday night, we'll see our next chance for some showers and maybe a few storms to roll in, especially late in the evening and into Friday itself. And that's when our chance of rain is actually highest over the next 7 days. So we have just that slight chance tonight. It's early tomorrow morning, and then again late Thursday night through Friday night. Most of the weekend, though, right now is looking dry, and then we'll see another chance for some showers and storms to begin next week. And of course, starting next week is the month of July already, if we can believe that. Temperatures across the area today are going to be mostly in the low to mid 80s. Again, still kind of muggy out there, so just use a little bit of caution if you're going to be outdoors for an extended period of time. Be sure to be drinking plenty of water, all of that. Lows tonight, upper 50s, low to mid 60s. So it's going to be a cooler start tomorrow than what we're waking up to this morning. And look at the highs tomorrow. We'll take mid to upper 70s, and we'll also have that again into Thursday as well at a high of just 77 degrees. And that's actually below our average of 81 degrees. And we're actually going to stay a little bit below average going forward as well. Temperatures in the mid 70s. And again, the weekend looking dry, and then a slight chance for some rain and storms to return to start the month of July.